Hey guys, I'm Jinx, and this is What Comes After. Now, What Comes After is gonna be a short game about, about death and the afterlife. I don't know any details, but hey, we can find everything out together. Wait! I guess we almost missed our train, eh? Ah, made it right on time. Huh? For the last train, it's not that crowded here. I might be able to find a seat today. We can. Oh, he's talking. Time to play games all day and all night. Hell yeah, my man. Look. Oh, look how good we walk. And even sprinting is. Weekend is coming. So our name is either Vivi or Vivi, or Vivi or Vivi. And we have a chat log. And of course. Okay. What should I watch at home? Huh? Hey, oh. Come on, baby! Okay, he's listening to music. Oh! Am I bothering you? I didn't know I could... I really like her. What do you think I should do? I mean, just be nice, but not too nice, you know? I've only been sending her like 5 memes a day. Do you think that's desperate? Oh, look how cute she's standing. I just can't understand why he was so mean. I was only like 10 minutes late. There, I'm sorry this happened to you. That person's fallen asleep. She's doing the... You know when your eyes fall asleep, but then you like suddenly wake up, but then you fall asleep again? That's what she's doing. She's so cute in the new comeback song. Have you seen her in the new videos I sent? For the last time, I'm not that into that kind of music, okay? People are repeating. Weekend at last. So it's Friday evening, apparently, and this is the last train. Let's sprint all the way back. Maybe we can find a seat somewhere. So listen to music, right? I know, I can walk faster. Oh no, I forgot to feed my cat this morning. Oh, that's bad. Hello, twins? For real? How did she react? She said no, of course. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. You look literally identical. Okay. I always have this cozy feeling about riding in the last train. I can kind of get that. The city at night is so beautiful. Look, here he is again, fucking another the triplets. You keep going home. I sold it. What? Why? So I can go home with you every day. Damn. She was asking why he's going home by train. Must stay awake. I mean, obviously, all these characters are being reused. It's fine. Look, here the sleeping ladies again. Butter, milk, eggs. What else do I need to buy? Hello, old lady. Even though I'm home so late, my grandkids are always waiting for me before they go to bed. Kids are blessings. Or fucking nightmares, it depends on the kids. So how have you been? You don't want to know. Jeez, okay. And hey, looks like we can actually sit, I think with space, but I don't want to do that just yet. My girlfriend is throwing a fit because I forgot to something. Buy your favorite food on your way home. I just thought that a burger should expand like horizontally. What's the point of having a burger so tall? Wait, talk again. You need to unhinge your jaw to eat it? You have a point there. He does! He doesn't just have a point, he's absolutely fucking right. Pancakes go horizontally, why can't burgers too? Anyway, I mean, I guess pancakes go up as well, but they're in layers, and they also go... Fuck off! Oh my, I'm so tired. Why do I have to rush anyway? It's not like anyone at home cares. And there's nothing to do either. I shouldn't think about it too much. Yeah, I should. And so we fall asleep. Well, hello? Huh? Huh? Did I oversleep? Oh my god! Am I locked in? Oh no! What should I do? 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 Relax, relax, relax. I should relax. Take a deep breath. Okay. I'm just locked up. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to... What the hell? Why is the train moving? What's happening? Ugh. Relax. Vivi? Relax. I mean, if a cat was here, I assume this is a pretty safe place, right? Let's not overthink things. I should be able to find the driver here. Driver? Is that what you call someone who controls the train? Are they driving the train? Wait, focus! Focus. Vivi. Also, conductor, right? So shit changed pretty goddamn quickly. We can't, okay, we can't go back. Sorry, the shuffling of her feet. Jesus Christ. I think we just saved. There was a checkpoint, oh, wow, okay, hold up. One thought at a time. There was a checkpoint symbol in the bottom right. Anyway, look above the handle things that you hold on, above the windows, not that at the top of the screen. I don't know why I'm pointing at my fucking whatever. There's, yeah, that's not human language. Also, look at the train planner above the doors. Yeah, that changed. And it's just a straight line. So that's interesting. Oh, also there's writing on the walls. Oh, hi! Hello. What is this? What are these people? Are they what I think they are? Wait. Does it mean I've died? That's... This doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would be. I mean, it didn't hurt. Or did I just forget about the pain? Anyway, if this really is the afterlife, I can consider myself lucky. I didn't feel pain. It cost me nothing. And I've been considering it for a while anyway. You won the jackpot, Vivi. Wait. If I really died, Mom will be sad. Oh no. I don't want that. And if I died inside the train, then the cleaning guy would need to handle my dead body. Oh, he will have a really bad day because of me. Then, whoever sat next to me on the train would find the entire experience traumatic. Someone died next to them. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. What should I do? No. I guess there's nothing I can do about it. Hi. Huh? That lady looks like someone who works here. I bet she knows where this train is heading. So, there is one convenient bit I left out when saying what this game was about, and I know I didn't say a lot anyway. It's also about suicide, as you just heard. And I think, even though, you know, the game looks very sweet and all that, I think, you know, I mean, obviously it has some pretty dark subject matter. Our character was considering suicide for a while, and I don't know, that might hit a little too close to home for some people. So, you know, whoever's dealing with anything similar like this, I know that you might not exactly let's just say you might not always be in the mood for these types of stories, so, you know, I guess this is a trigger warning. There was one at the beginning of the game, and unless I forget, I'm gonna put one at the beginning of this video as well. Anyway, we should probably go talk to the, I guess, the tickets please lady? Excuse me? Wait, one by one, please. Your turn will... Oh, not this again. Another living being on board? What are you doing here, kid? Actually, I don't know why I'm here. You what? Oh, the humans failed to do their job again. I have but one request. One! For them to make sure the train is empty at night. Wait. Maybe it's not the humans. Maybe it's... them? But why? What are they trying to achieve? Ma'am, excuse me. Can you tell me where this train is heading? Well, as you can see around you, dead people board this train. Yeah, I kinda noticed that. To be precise, this train is boarded with beings who died in the proximity of 10 kilometers of the station today. But where are they going? To what comes after, of course. Roll credits? Alright. What comes after? Yes, what comes after. No more explanation for the living. Am I going there too? Of course not! I would never allow that. The living should never cross when it's not their time. But I think I saw a cat just now. The cat just walked past? Honey, she's also dead. So far, you're the only non-dead creature here. Then what should I do? Go back to the living, of course. I can do that? Yeah, we'll take you back. Really? Thank you so much! But... Huh? I can't simply ask the train to return, you know? Return now. So you'll have to wait until tonight's group reach their destination. And then we'll go back to the station together. That doesn't sound too bad. How long will it take? Don't worry. We'll finish the trip before the morning comes. But what am I supposed to do in the meantime? Beats me. You can just wait in the car you just came from. Or, you know, walk around. Try to get to know the folks around here. They always have some stories to tell. And maybe, just maybe, You can help them with something. Or they can help you with something. Help me with something? Honey, come on now. I've been around long enough to notice that you're not complete. Perhaps you'll learn a thing or two here. Anyway, I have to work. The list won't fill itself. Getting to know these ghosts, huh? So what should I do? I could just return to the car I woke up in and wait. Or should I walk around? So I can talk to people. Not everybody, apparently. I can just come here, sit down and wait. Does that end the game? Wait, I don't want to play. Can I? Okay, whoa. Oh yeah, yeah. See, she's called the conductor. Wait, oh, she's the conductor. Who the fuck's? Wait, who's controlling the train right now? Anyway. Can we go back any further? Probably not. Nah. So we can just end the game whenever, I assume? I'm not gonna press that just in case, you know? Just in case it ends the game right now. Obviously, we're gonna talk to the people. Like you, for example.
Hey.
The last thing I remember was being... What was that truck barreling over me? And then I'm here. Did it hurt? Only for a very short while. I suppose it's a cause for celebration, right? I didn't suffer too long. It's okay to grieve your own death. Thank you. What are you doing here anyway? This train is not for the living. There's been a mistake. Do you reckon they will allow me back if I say it's a mistake too? I don't think that's... I'm just kidding. I know that won't fly with the conductor. Don't worry. At the time this train arrives, I will already be content with myself. You're so sure of yourself. Not always. But when I'm not, I try to forgive myself and try again. I suppose you need to hear that, huh? Yeah. Thank you.
Huh?
The living world is but an egg. We are preparing for the real life after death. Just you wait. Heed my words, young lady. I'm sorry, I need to get going. Why? I mean, honestly, her philosophy, her belief, I guess, about life and afterlife is something I personally find comforting. I mean, I'm not the most religious person. You know, I try to keep an open mind, but you know, the idea that being alive is just a step in your overall existence, and that, you know, your real life, in a way, your real actual existence only begins after death in the afterlife. I find that idea pretty comforting, actually. Because it means that all the trials and tribulations you go through, you know, everything bad and everything that happens is just... It doesn't have to be all there is. It's guaranteed to be just a tiny step along the way. Just the beginning of the beginning. Something you have to get through but will, and, you know, the rest of eternity will be fine.
Hey.
When I'm not sure of myself, I try to forgive myself and try again. I guess we'll just meet a lot of people with a bunch of different philosophies, beliefs, and just views on life, huh? She tries to forgive herself and try again. Yeah, I guess that's a better way. It's, you know, no matter how many times you fall, you get back up, even if it's yourself pushing you down. I'm sorry, I'm becoming a little preachy, but I guess that's inevitable with a game like this. No, I guess what she's saying is that, you know, instead of, like, feeling sorry for yourself or something like that, you can try to accept what happened, whatever that might be, forgive yourself, and try again, you know, better this time. That's a more positive way of looking at things. Huh? Hey, are you a ghost? No, I think you are. Ah, so I am truly dead. I see. Thank you. Huh? Thank you. I guess they don't immediately know they're dead? Or maybe... I guess maybe you just can't immediately believe it because it's just so unbelievable. I hope I've done enough good in my life to make it worthwhile, you know? I'm sure you did great. Huh. How do you know that, kiddo? Because you think like that. Thank you. You are a good kid. Alive and healthy, too. Should you really be here? I shouldn't. There's been a mistake. I see. I'm glad the mistake happened. Why? You got to be my brief company. It is a pleasant company. Oh, thank you so much. I don't hear that very often. It's good that I said it then. See, even after your death, you still do good to others. Gotta cram it in. Gotta cram it in before the judgment day, right? Go walk around, I'm busy. Okay? I'm sorry.
Huh?
I was so close to promotion. Work has been going well, and the cute guy from accounting has been responding to my advances too. Why now, of all times? Are you okay? I will be. For now, please leave me alone. I want to grieve the loss of my fleeting youth. Oh, okay. Yeah, and there's one aspect of death too, I suppose, is that... I mean, that person died pretty young. Most people here did, if you've noticed. There's only this dude we talked to, and then the older lady who thinks the world is an egg. You know? Yeah. Those so far have been the only, like, older people we've met. And these are all the people that died today in the 10-kilometer radius, so I think most of these have probably been accidental deaths from younger people. She has to grieve the loss of her fleeting youth. Yeah, everything was looking up, right? Almost a promotion. The guy she was into was responding pretty much. Of course, death means the loss of everything, right? I mean, you die as a person, that means all the good and all the bad both go away.
Hey!
Are you in charge of this train? No. Put me through! You have no idea what I'm capable of. I got money. I can buy this whole train. I want to turn back. I don't think that's how it works. Now! I must get going. I'm sorry. Yeah, that dude seems like he was probably a fun guy to be around when he was alive.
Hmm?
You ever heard those generic stories about how we should spend more time with our family before we die? I used to laugh at them, but now I can't stop thinking about my family and the time I won't be able to spend with them anymore.
Hey!
To think that I just wasted my life making somebody else richer. Life is often unfair like that. Hear, hear. Well, at least death seems way fairer than life. How are you so sure? Humans don't run this one, little girl. Nothing and no one to mess it up. That's a bleak outlook to our human fellows. What, are you one of those optimists? No. Quite the opposite, really. I'm just humoring you. Good. I mean, I didn't get to be positive when I was alive. So now, let me have a piece of hope. I hope that whatever entity running this show is fair and just. Unlike the clowns I worked for. What if the judgment is fair, but you don't like the outcome? You mean if I got thrown into hell or whatever? Or whatever is the equivalent? I don't think I did much good in life, so that's possible. But if that means people more evil and cruel than me got what they deserve too, I think it's worth it. Then I hope what awaits you is something you deserve. That sounds like a that sounds like a threat. Sorry, I'll be going now. I will finally be able to meet my wife again. Life without her was so very difficult. I'm sorry to hear that. No, it's okay, kid. I'm here now, am I not? I waited for 10 years. I can wait another train ride. I'm sorry. But you seem so sure you will reunite with her. No one else here seems so sure. Faith is all I have. You're still young, and you still have your life ahead of you, from the look of it. The longer you live, the more faith and belief triumphs. I don't think I understand, sir. I'm sorry. Don't think too much of it. Live your life as you see fit, and cherish the good people around you. I will. Thank you. Some solid wisdom right there. You know, when they talked about seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, I didn't expect to be this literal. Yeah, sure. I used to love romantic comedy movies, you know? Most of them are about a boy or a girl looking and chasing after someone they love. And when they finally are together, that's it. Happy ending. As if getting together is the end of the journey. It's not. And I learned about it the hard way. What happened? The usual, you know? Things were great at the beginning, until they weren't. And when that happens, it affects you emotionally. And sometimes, even physically. Oh, sorry to hear that. It's too late. Looking back now, I shouldn't have drowned my sorrows with those drinks. There are better ways. Ways that wouldn't have ended my life. And ruined the people around me. I'm sorry for venting it out a bit on you. No, it's alright. I don't really know who you are, but don't make the same mistakes I did. There's always a better solution to whatever problems you're facing. I'll keep that in mind. Thanks. I get a feeling that's something I'll be talking about at the end of this, but let's just say that he is right. And it's a very generic phrase you hear a lot, or you might hear a lot, but it is correct. In his case, it was alcoholism, which I assume, you know, I mean, he did say that was his death. But in general, let me just say, suicide ain't the answer. It just is not. That is the truth, but my god, is it a generic phrase you hear a lot? It might be difficult to believe, but it is actually true. His voice was very deep. Why do you think that the means to transport the dead takes the form of a train? Huh? I don't... In mythology, a train is certainly a fresh, modern interpretation of them. It is developing alongside humanity's... Is it developing alongside humanity's technological growth? Goddamn, I can't talk, motherfucker. What are the theological and metaphysical implications of this on the importance of humanity? Sorry, I must be rambling to myself again. You don't need to answer that. I'm just saying what's on my mind. I should write an article about this as soon as I get... wait. I'm dead. I'm sorry about that. You can ramble to me about it if you like. You're so kind, but I'm afraid I will bore you. You're the live kid they're talking about, aren't you? If possible, will they believe me? No, I suppose they won't. How unfortunate. Yeah. This is, in our version, in this reality, Vivi has now... This is unrefutable proof that an afterlife exists, and she knows key details about it, or at least about how you get there, about what happens immediately after you die in this vicinity, at least. She has proof this is happening, but it's not like anybody's gonna believe her. And also, oh man, look, so far, obviously, every character here represents a potential thought you might have when it comes to the subject of death and or suicide. Or afterlife, you know, everything this game is about. Let's just say death and afterlife in general. Every character so far is pretty much focusing on one aspect of what you might think about. And I appreciate that there is a guy here who's just trying to figure out how it works. Like, he's right. If the afterlife is this, like... similar to humanity, just does that mean the afterlife like conforms to how humans work and develops alongside, like takes the form of whatever human technology is at, so it makes more sense for the people dying? Does that mean humanity is the only race, like the only living thing in the universe, because the actual afterlife looks, makes sure it's similar to humanity? Or is there still more different life out there, but they all have their own afterlife that looks differently? Or maybe there is one singular afterlife, but the way there takes the form of that species and what they're used to. I don't know. I appreciate that there's a guy thinking about it.
Hello.
If this is truly the afterlife, I hope my mom is waiting at the end. Having to go alone is scary. Are you afraid? A little bit. But Mom said she'll be waiting for me. In a dream. You didn't... I mean... no. I didn't purposefully try to go after my mom. If that's what you're implying. The doctor said it's... Hereditary? Yeah, that. She said it means we suffered from the same illness. I feel sorry for my mom. It really hurts. I suppose it's good that she went first. Less pain for her. I'm very sorry, little kid. Why? It's not your fault we were ill. Well, yeah. It's over now, anyway. I don't feel any pain anymore, and neither does my mom. So don't worry, Auntie. Auntie? I'm not that old. But never mind that. Will you be okay alone? Yeah. And your journey is not yet over, Auntie. Good luck. I'm a tiny little positive kid.
Yo.
Hey, do you suppose I still have the chance to haunt my haunt my ex? Pardon? My ex. You think I can ask to turn around and give him one last surprise? Why do you want to haunt him? He made my life a living hell. This is my only chance for payback. I know what you're gonna say. I should forgive and let go. Maybe? But I don't know how your ex has wronged you. So, it would be presumptuous of me to tell you off. It's okay. You didn't say it, but I know deep down that it's true. I need to let go. Holding grudges isn't healthy. You're dead, though. No such thing as healthy or unhealthy. Girl, are you telling me to be a vengeful ghost? That's not what I said. I know. I'm just messing with you. My last chance to mess with someone alive, I guess. Huh? This part of the train looks different. It's a dining car. I don't think a dining car exists on the local commuter. Oh, who am I kidding? As if logic and city transportation planning applies here. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Leave me alone, kid. Alright, I'm sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
Ah, well. He got me at last. At least I die a martyr. And if I'm lucky, he will go to jail. I'm sorry, but I'm so curious. Some people live a life full of vengeance, kid. Don't be like me. Or him. Will I hear the detail of this? Nope. Because I'm not sure I want to know. Good call. Okay. Yeah, let's maybe not ask too many questions. I was hanging on, you know? Thought my dad would like to see me wake up healthy one day. But there is the point of no return. And he told me to let go if I have to. So I let go. Your dad loves you, you know? He doesn't want you hurting any longer. Maybe so. But I can't let go of the thought that he gave up on me. Please, don't think that way. Was he loving when you were alive? Very much. Then I have no doubt it's hard for him to let go of you too. He just wanted you to stop hurting. I guess. Thank you. It helps to hear it from somebody else. Especially someone still so full of life. Am I? Yeah. Maybe you think you have one foot in the grave already, but more than anyone, you want to be alive. We walk away from this conversation with much to think about. Yeah. And I wish you luck. Yeah, like I said, there might be a lot to talk about at the end of this game. No one's at the bar. Well, it's a death train anyway. Who would need food and drink here? Well, I mean, I think it's less about need and more about, like, want. I mean, you can't tell me there isn't one person that wants to go for that delicious fucking chocolate cake or what are those, cinnamon rolls or something like that down there? Anyway.
Hi.
To witness your child's death is the worst thing. 10 years of living through that. Now is peace. I'm sorry to hear that. Perhaps they will be waiting on the other side. I sure hope so. I miss him. I can't pretend to know what that's like. I've never lost anybody, and I've never had children, nor, of course, have I lost ever any children. So I can't pretend to know what that's like, but I can only imagine that. She said losing a child is the worst, 10 years of that. So 10 years ago she lost her son. And ever since then, at least a part of her has just been waiting, or at least kind of wanting to die, because it was pain. It was always the pain of that loss, and it's only now that it's going away. I don't know. But that's brutal, if that's the way I interpreted it.
Huh?
Oh, you're barely alive, girl. Barely alive? You know, not here, not there. They've been talking about you. Listen, a piece of advice from one dead person. If you have to choose life. It's much more worth it. I know things might seem hard, and it sounds easier to just let go. But this is one thing you can't get back. Better enjoy it while you can. I know I would. Thank you. And again, some solid wisdom right there.
Hey.
Hi there. You look different from us. Yeah, I'm not really, you know, dead. Oh, you're the girl they're whispering about. Are they? Yes? I hear they're going to take you home. After they take us to what comes after. When you do get back home, please live your life to the fullest. You'll never appreciate what you have until you lose it. I'll try. Thanks. Oh, fuck. Oh my, I'm not prepared for this. Hello, miss. I'm sorry. I'll stop. Oh my god, sweetie. Oh no, I'm so sorry. What are you sorry for, miss? You did nothing wrong. You're so young. I noticed that too. There's nothing I can do about it anyway. But how can you speak normally like adults? Miss, you're inside a train that takes people to the afterlife. And the thing you wondered about was how I can talk to you. Adults are weird. You're right. Still feels weird though. Don't worry. You'll be surprised by how well you can understand what everyone says on this train. But you might not understand what they mean. Okay. You've talked with the other passengers here? I did. Some of them have the same reaction as you have. No surprises there. Death comes to everyone. Why would they be surprised? That's deep for a baby. Miss, don't underestimate babies. For all we know, the adults are the ones that always fail to understand us. That's a really good point. I know. Anyway, they might be surprised because I guess they just felt sad about you. But everyone dies here. Except for you, of course. They should focus more on being sad for themselves. Or the people they left behind. Do you feel sad about the people you left behind? Me? Maybe. I hadn't really got the chance to know them. So, it's hard to know for sure. Besides, judging from some of the passengers here, this world doesn't seem like a pretty nice place to live. Uh-huh. I guess you dodged a bullet here. That's not a nice way to say it. Don't tell me... Did you die because of a shooting? No. Phew. I shouldn't make any death-related puns here. Did you find life to be difficult, miss? Me? I don't know. I guess Yeah. It's not easy. But that was on me. It's my fault that my life is hard. Why is that? Huh? What do you mean? Why do you think it's your fault? I don't know. Oh, I know. Somebody must have told you that. And you can't stop thinking about it. No. No one ever said that to me. Oh. Then why? I'm not even sure myself. You are weird, miss. You sound like my parents. They keep apologizing to me. Even after I left my body. They did their best. What is it to be sorry for? Yeah, adults think too much. We think about things that are beyond our capabilities. What a waste of energy. You can spend the time and energy to choose which toys you'll play with, or which cartoon you'll watch, and yet adults choose to spend their energy and time in their heads. In our own heads? Yeah. There is no monster in front of you. Why do you put one inside your head? You wouldn't understand, I guess. And that's a great thing. At least you don't have to go through all this. Maybe you're right. But you have to realize, I'm missing a lot. From the stories people told me here, it seems like life is something worth living. It's hard, but it's full of wonder. At least that's what some of the older folks here told me. I'll never know. I'll never know the ending to that story about 7 dwarves, because Dad didn't get the chance to finish reading it. I'll never know how steak tastes. I could only smell and see them. I don't have my teeth yet, you see. I'll never know what school is like, though I've learned so much only by laying down on the hospital bed. There are so many things I'll never experience. But I guess that's alright. How can you be so content? What is content? What is it? Well, it's a feeling of peace, I guess? You have such a peaceful mind for someone who died so young. I am dead, yes. Which means there's nothing I could do. Why should I think about it? Yeah. That's right. Miss, you don't have to compare yourself to me, you know? I know so little. That's why I don't really think things too much. You're not me. You know more. You have been through more things too. So, please, just think and go back to go at your own pace. Yes, you're right. I won't be able to be as content as you, but I can try. Even if I fail, that's alright. I can try again. While eating steaks and watching many adaptations of Snow White. Now you're trying to make me jealous, miss. I'm sorry. Couldn't resist. That's alright. At least I can see you laugh. Apparently, one can still experience something new, even after death. Anyway, I want to talk to more people here. It's the only way for me to learn more about the world anyway. So, goodbye, miss. Take care, kid. Yeah, wow. Oh, you're not the same cat, are you? Oh, there's an owl too. I know somebody who would kind of like that. And there's a dog. Okay, I guess we're getting to pets now. Or animals in general. That baby represents a very, very, very big aspect about death, which is, well, when you die, it's over, right? Like, you die. Like, of course, what sets this game apart from real life, other than it's a game, is that in this game we know that there is an afterlife, unless at the end of this it turns out that this is all Vivi's imagination or whatever. For all we know right now, this is confirmed proof that within this game's universe there's an afterlife, and of course for us we don't know that. People believe, but nobody can know unless you die and see it. And I can't speak for people that really 100% believe that. I myself, obviously, I'm not sure. I try to keep an open mind, but I can't know, and I can't ignore the possibility that it's just it. But ignoring afterlife and just focusing on life, when you die, that's it, right? In life, like, you're gone. And from the perspective of others, you've died. And all that remains is memories. But for you, what that means is everything goes. And that means all the bad stuff and all the good stuff. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you were alive for 18 years, maybe you were alive for 40, 80, I don't know, and however long you were alive, maybe you were miserable, maybe you were happy, maybe, I don't know, but whatever it was, you lose it. And of course, you're not just one thing, there's good, it's not that black and white. There will be good things in your life and there will be bad. But it is still life. So even if you're alive and even if you're miserable, pretty much all the time, there is still good present. You still experience good things. There is still wonder. And it's only because you're alive that you can experience those things. And when you die, you lose that. If you live miserable and then you die, sure, you lose that misery. You don't have to suffer anymore, but you lose the chance to experience anything good. You lose the chance to redeem your life, or to make better memories, or to become happy. That misery is, you just turn your life into that. That was your story. You were miserable and then you died. You experienced some good things, but you don't have the chance to experience them anymore. And of course, you don't always have the choice. Obviously, you can't choose when you die. Well, what I meant to say is, if you get hit by a car, there's little you can do about that. Unless you can somehow dodge the fucking car, it's not your fault. If, like, there's a lot that's outside of your power. So if you die because of unnatural causes and there's nothing you could have done about it, that's a different thing. But you can choose to end your life, and this game has made a lot of arguments as to why you shouldn't. And like I said, we'll probably talk about this a lot at the end of this, and I think we're approaching the end of this, though I can't be entirely sure. But yeah, just one thing to think about is that if you choose to end your life because you don't want to suffer anymore, you're also robbing yourself of the ability to be happy, or to experience happy things, to become happy and stop suffering. That suffering becomes your entire life, your entire story, and then that's it. Welcome, lady. You talk. Of course. Sorry, I love that explanation for why an owl can talk. Of course I can talk, I'm an owl. Although, everyone can communicate with each other here. So it's not a surprise. Why are you here, Mr. Owl? What happened? I'm here because it's my time to be here. Whoa, you're wise. I'm an owl. Yes! Oh man, I love this owl character already. I guess you know what happened to you. And where you're going right now. I do. I did say I'm an owl, right? I don't really get what you mean, but I guess the stories are true. The owl is one of the wisest creatures out there. Not all of us, but pretty much. Care to share some wisdom with me? I'm wise, yes, but answer your question, I can't. Your wisdom is something for you to find out yourself. Not sure I can do that. You can. And you have to, in order to survive. Gosh, thank you for your wisdom, Mr. Owl. It's not like I needed more pressure in my in life. That's not wisdom. That's just a fact. And you will be able to handle it. That's also a fact. Thank you, Mr. Owl. The pleasure was mine. Anyway, you should explore this place a bit more, lady. Are you kicking me out? Yes. Ouch. Okay. I was planning to talk to the others anyway. I'm sure you'll learn a lot on this train. It was nice talking to you. The same goes for me, Mr. Owl. Okay. Oh, there's a monkey. Anyway. Hi, cat. I'm finally free from those humans. But I kinda miss them. A bit. You should be more honest with your feelings, cat. What are you talking about? You love them, right? Well, I love them enough. You shouldn't put too much love on someone, you know? You can only do that for yourself. Of course, that's what a cat would think. Huh? As if there are other ways to think. Now, will you please let me rest? At least I can sleep peacefully on this train. Oh man, yeah, I guess that's an accurate way to depict a cat. Fucking, my one is sleeping on my bed right now. And the "at least I can peacefully rest" is fucking accurate. Anyway. It's been years! Woof! I hope I can finally meet my human again. You didn't live with your other humans? At your home? I only have one human. And our home is the whole city. Our roof is the sky. And they were beautiful. But it got cold sometimes. Oh. Your human... Did they go away before you? Yes. I didn't know what happened. But suddenly, he just didn't move. I'm sorry to hear that. You've been alone since then? Yes. But other humans were kind to me. Sometimes they gave me food. Some even allowed me to sleep under their roof. But not inside. It seems like you lived in a pretty kind neighborhood. Not everyone was kind to me. Some were pretty mean. But I'm sure they have their own reasons. Dog... Yes? Nothing. I'm sure your human is waiting for you. Really? I believe so. Woof! I can't wait to see my human! Aw. And what a way to what an accurate way to depict a dog, I guess. They said curiosity kills the cat. Then why am I here? What happened to you? I was curious. Didn't you hear me just now? I did? I'm sorry. It's okay. Curiosity really takes you to places you don't expect, huh? Indeed. Hello, tiny cat. Mama, where am I? Meow. Alright, I will stop. Oh my. Kitty cat, are you by yourself? Yes. Do you know where my Meowma is? Or where am I? Where I am? I don't have the answer for both, I'm sorry. But you're going somewhere fun. I assure you that. Really? I'm sad I can't meet Miyama, but I also can't wait to play at my new home. You'll have fun, kitten. Aw. Woof. Where are they taking me? My master must be worried. Do you remember where you were before you got here? Yes, I was at home with my family. My human family, that is. What happened there? I don't know. All I remember was they were crying, and I was in pain. But seeing them cry hurt me even more. So I tried to cheer them up, but I didn't have the energy. I tried to use all the energies I had left to bark, and suddenly I'm here. They must be worried sick. I don't think so. Oof, why? Do you think they don't love me anymore? Of course not. They cried for you. They loved you. But I'm sure they know you're in a better place now. Or at least on the way to a better place. But there is no better place other than home. With my humans. Oh, dog. You love them a lot, huh? What do you mean? Is there anything beyond loving one's family? There probably is. But not for you. Anyway, you don't have to worry, okay? You're going to a better place. And you can wait for your humans in peace there. They're coming too? Yes, maybe not soon. But yeah, they're coming for you. Woof, woof, woof! I will wait however long it takes for my humans. Woof! Aww.